back to Vegan Live Fit, where looking good can save the earth. This is Korin Sutton, and I'm here to talk about why am I working out and I'm not losing weight. Now, this question was brought up to me recently, and this is something that I see every day. Like, I won't say every day, but every time I have a client, they ask me this question when they're training with me, and I see this question all the time from online, and different people ask this stuff, and it's really simple, really. But before we jump into it, I always want to say, never check your scales. You know, never check the scale all the time, because first, that causes that anxiety of, you know, worrying about the weight, especially if it's your first time getting back into the gym. You're trying to lose some weight, you're trying to get that fat off your body, you know, trying to get into a better shape. And what happens is that a lot of people get obsessed because, you know, with the goal, you know, and nothing's wrong with that. I mean, nothing's wrong with that in a way, because, you know, yeah, you know, you want to be motivated, so you want to see each number drop, and every time you see a number drop, you know, it gets you excited, because it makes you feel like, yeah, you know, I'm doing everything on point. I'm working out every day, you know, I'm doing everything that my coach is doing, I'm eating the foods that he's telling me to eat, and everything's working. You know, I gave up the bad foods, all these things, you know, and that's good, you know. But the thing is that when it comes to fat loss, the scale can be your enemy. It can mess you up. It's hardcore psychologically, you know. So this is why I'm making this video, so you can really understand how to really check your weight. And when you check your weight, you know, you don't want to do it periodically. You want to do it, I always do it every month, because you do it every 30 days, then you're going to see big results, you know, and it's going to really motivate. It's going to be really motivating versus like doing something every week. You see like 2 pounds here, 3 pounds here, versus a whole month, you see like, wow, I lost like 10 pounds, right? So here we go. When it comes to the scale, right? First thing you want to do is, when you're weighting yourself, if you're going to weight yourself, this is how you really do it. Don't look at the number of the scale, all right? And this is why. When you step on the scale, first thing is first. You want to you want to weigh yourself in the mornings. You know, you want to go ahead and stool. So you want to go ahead and stool. So first thing you do, poop, pee, and then after that, go ahead and step on the scale and do it in your underwears, you know? And then get that, then you get your weight, all right? So you get your weight, because here's the thing. This is the reason why you stool first, and you want to do it in your underwears, and then get this particular weight. This is why. Now, when you take that weight, you're going to take a piece of paper, write that weight down. The second thing you want to get is a body fat caliber, or a monitor. I use the monitor. I personally like the monitor. Or you can get the scale. You can get the scale that has the monitor built inside. So you can get one of those three, you know. Or you could go to like your local gym. Some gyms have the monitors too, or they have like this machine called BioStation. I think the BioStation is actually really, really good. But what these devices do, yeah, I'm going to just talk about the handheld. There should be like a little video on top showed you like a little handheld device, right? So when you take that handheld device, it's going to check your body fat. So there's a difference between your weight. When it comes to your total weight, there's a difference, right? Because the thing is that the weight doesn't mean, it's just a total number of what you're made out of, you know. And we're made out of bones, we're made out of water, we're made out of muscle, tendons, a whole bunch of crazy stuff, you know, fat, you know. So the thing is that that's the total number. That's the total number of everything. If your goal is fat loss, right, you want to look at the fat, because that's what's making you unhealthy. It's not the muscles that's already inside in your body. If you're obese or overweight, you still have muscles. You know, muscle is muscle, fat is fat. So you have your muscle, and then you have fat that's covering over the muscle. Okay? So this is what you want to do. You want to pay attention to the fat. All right? So if you say, for example, let's say you're like 185 and your body fat is like freaking like 40%. You know what I'm saying? Or yeah, it's fat 40%. You know, that means that's automatically considered 40% means that 40% of your whole entire body is made out of fat. Okay, so that's how you have to look at it. That's what a body fat measurement is. It's telling you how much fat you actually have in your body overall. So if you're 185 with 40%, that's 40% of your body being overweight. That's over your actual body. That's crazy. Yeah, so definitely you want to start looking into like personal training, exercise program, all that stuff. You really want to start looking into that. So I did something on myself. So when I did my weight, I think it said like 179, and my body fat was at 9% or something like that. So I'm 179, so that means most of my body, that's my total body makeup, and 9% body fat, meaning that in my whole entire body, only 9% of that's inside my body is only fat. 9% of my body is fat. That's it. Yeah, everything else is muscle tissue, tendons, and bones. So obviously, I'm going to look more defined. I'm going to have more conditioning versus someone who's like 185 with 40%. They're going to look more obese because 40% of their body, it compromises of fat. Yeah, the rest of it is muscle tissue and bones and water and stuff like that. So this is why when you do your weight in the morning, you stool and pee first, because you're getting out all the waste. That's excess water, technically. Yeah, you're getting out excess water. Yeah, and this is going to give you a really good base in the morning. You know, so with that said, now you want to get the body fat now monitor. Get your percentage. Now you put the percentage down, and then only thing you do is you times your weight, and you times it by the percentage. So it's like if I'm 179, right, and my body fat is at 9%, I'm going to do 179 times 0.09, and that's it. And then I get my total. That's that number, whatever that number is, which is let me actually pull it up now. Yeah. So 179 times 0.09, that means I have about 16 pounds of fat. Okay, so now I'm at 179, right? So now if I want to know how much my weight is, then I do 179 minus 16, right? And it's 163. So 163 pounds of my body is made out of muscle tissue, water, stuff like that, and the rest of it, that 16 pounds, is fat. So if you're at 185, like the other example who's obese, yeah, and we times it by 40, which would just be 0.40, right? That means 74 pounds of that person's body is all fat. And then you do like 185 minus 75, that means the rest of his body is 110 pounds. So this is how you really get to know the weight. And then you have like the measuring tape and stuff like that, because when you use the measuring tape, and let's say that person who's 185, they're losing fat, right? So to know exactly where they're losing the fat at, you measure each body part. And like I showed on the video on top, there's a monthly evaluation sheet. You can find that on Google, you know, and you just record everything down. The measuring tape, that's something that you want someone to help you out and measure you, you know, because if you try doing it yourself, you're not going to get a good tight fold, you know, or a tight measurement. You know, you can't hold it and try to measure yourself. It's just going to be messed up. Just find a partner, find a friend. They could do it for you. If not, worst case scenario, just use that's why, like what I do, I just use the body fat scale and the regular scale, and I just do that. I just copy that. I really don't pay attention to everything else. So there you have it. So, you know, definitely when it comes to fat loss, don't pay attention to the scale. You know, do your measurements and stuff. And it's mad flies here, but do your measurements. You know, use the body fat monitor, and use a scale. And record them, and that's how you're going to get your true measurements. All right. So with that said, be vegan, live life, fit forever. Peace out.